Most people talk about revenue and not actual profit. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how one of my websites makes over $10,000 profit every single week. And a portion of that is through Google Ads. And that's exactly what we're going to be looking at today. If this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, my name is Patch. I own 3 e-commerce businesses and I also help and coach e-commerce business owners as well. You can see here, I actually just received my 3rd Shopify plaque, which looks really nice on my desk. But anyway, I'm going to jump straight into Triple Whale on one of my e-commerce businesses just to show you some numbers and how important profit actually is. So a lot of people focus on sales, order notifications, revenue screenshots and things like that. But at the end of the day, what we are all doing this for is profit. That's what we are left with at the end of the day. And that is the ultimate goal for most business owners. So we are going to be taking a look here. It's slightly cut off on your screen, but we're looking at March 1st to March 7th for one of my businesses. And you can see during this week, we did $87,000 in sales and the overall profit at 12% was $10,400. Just for a bit of context, this isn't just total sales minus product costs and ad spend. This includes payment processing fees. This includes my staff costs and any other expenses like the Shopify monthly bill, email marketing plans, any apps that I use within Shopify. So this is a complete final total profit figure that we made this week at the start of March. Now, yes, the video is titled 10K profit per month, and obviously this is just in a single week, but obviously this business doesn't just use Google Ads. This is a mixture of Meta ads and Google Ads. So we are going to be focusing on Google Ads again today. You can see in this period here, if we just scroll down, that Google Ads spent $10,800, got a 2.4 ROAS in this period here. So yes, it spends less than Meta ads, but you can see here it does get a better return, which is why I like to focus a lot of my content on Google Ads, because it's slightly more budget friendly than Meta ads, and more often than not I do see a better return. You can see here Google Ads beating out Meta during this time period. So just before we jump into my Google Ad account, as I did mention at the start, I help mentor and coach e-commerce business owners. So if you need some help with Google Ads or any other area of your business, there is a link down below to book a free call with me. We'll have a quick chat. We'll see if your business is a good fit and see if we can work together moving forward. So let's jump into the Google Ad account really quickly. You can see we're setting the same time frame here, March 1st to March 7th. I outlined the structure in more detail of this ad account in my last video, my 400K a month case study. So if you want a bit more of an in-depth guide on exactly how things are structured, I would definitely recommend checking out that video. But this video is arguably more important because we're going to be looking at 3 areas that you must concentrate on in Google Ads to see success with it. And a lot of these areas people overlook, don't bother with, and then they wonder why their Google Ads aren't working. So number 1 is going to be your merchant center feed quality. Now, a big portion of e-commerce ads within Google Ads are being run on Google Shopping, is whether it's per Performance Max, whether it's for a standard shopping campaign, but most of us will be spending a large portion of our Google Ads budget on Google Shopping. And just to summarize, these are Google Shopping ads here. When products appear at the top of a Google search page, this is what Google Shopping ads are. And your product feed is what you are seeing here, what the customers or potential customers of your business are going to see. So you want to spend time optimizing your product feed. That doesn't just mean your price, your title. There are so many other areas that you need to optimize to see better results with Google Ads. I see so many business owners use boring white background images. They'll use blurry product images, just extremely low quality. They'll have like a 3-word Google Ads title and then wonder why it doesn't get any impressions. Now you might be wondering, okay, how do I do these optimizations? You can go into your Google Merchant Center. You can go product by product. You can then tweak the product title. You can see it allows up to 150 characters. And you can also change the product description for Google as well. And this allows up to 5,000 characters. Now, what I'm going to say is you want to focus primarily on the title because people will see that. People don't actually see the description on a Google Shopping listing, and Google does prioritize the title over the description when it is analyzing your product and deciding where this fits into their Google search results. But that doesn't mean completely disregarding the description section. I don't max it out to 5,000 characters. Obviously, this is blurred here for you guys, but you can see I've only put 258 characters into this box here. It's just a good section to use to add additional search terms and keywords that are related to your product. So if you are selling gym shorts, you can use this description section here, you know, just to add additional search terms and keywords that are related to the product itself. Like I said, so many people will just have 3 words in the product title. They'll have no description, a terrible product image, and then wonder why it's not working. So definitely be spending some time on your merchant center feed. If you've got thousands of products, yes, it's going to be difficult to do. In that case, just focus on sort of your top 20 to 30 best sellers and then gradually do more over time. But if you're just starting out with perhaps a drop shipping store, this is something you want to do from the start, because if you've not got an optimized product feed, your shopping ads or performance max campaigns are just not going to perform at all. This is something I do help my students with in more detail, but this is definitely something, like I said, you really should be doing from the beginning. And to be honest, you really shouldn't be spending a penny on Google Ads without a good quality product feed. Okay, number 2 is going to be campaign diversity. Again, I like to sort of compare sort of the account structure that I'm using to accounts that I see with students that I just begin to work with, or Google ad accounts that we manage ourselves at the agency that I manage. And a lot of the time accounts will have maybe 1 or 2 campaigns, which is usually a brand search campaign and then a standard shopping campaign and then absolutely nothing else. It is important to diversify your campaigns on Google, because Google is much more than just a shopping network, and it's much more than just search results. You've got discovery, you've got display, you've got YouTube, you've got Gmail. Obviously, these areas often have a bad rep. They don't bring the best quality of traffic. But if you utilize everything Google has to offer, which is essentially what a Performance Max campaign is, I would definitely consider diversifying away from just running a standard shopping campaign. But if you just take a look at the structure of this briefly, I did go into more depth in my last video, but you can see a lot of these campaigns are Performance Max campaigns. You can see we're utilizing demand gen as well, which is a very, very powerful campaign type to reach and cold traffic. You can see we've actually got 2 demand gen campaigns. We've got brand search. We do have standard shopping campaigns for other countries, the US being the primary country for this business, but we are using standard shopping just to get some orders in from Australia and Canada. And you can see down here we have a revamped, fully built search campaign as well, which is essentially an updated version of an old campaign that we were running last year. This is a campaign I only made over the weekend, but I'm just going to show you the structure of this really quickly. And you can see this is quite an in-depth search campaign. There's not just one single ad group here. You can see we've broken this out into 13 different ad groups, each ad group being a specific product. So my point here is, don't just be lazy with Google Ads and make 1 or 2 campaigns and hope for the best. I always see the best results and most consistency with Google Ads when you start to add other campaign types into the mix, because they all work in harmony together. They all work really well. And if you're just relying on shopping, for example, and that has a bad week or month, then your whole account is going to have a bad week or month, because there's no other campaign types that are essentially leveling out the results and making up for poor results in another campaign. So if you are running Google Ads, try some new campaign types. I've made some videos on most of them on my channel. Again, if you need more in-depth help with setting them up specifically for your business, please do reach out to me. Okay, now number 3, and arguably a very important one that a lot of people, again, just assume is a very simple strategy, but with regards to scaling on Google, it's not just as simple as increasing your daily budget. Yes, obviously that's the logical answer to scale your spend and clicks and traffic, but there's going to come a point where you scale your budget to a certain level and your campaigns won't reach that daily budget. So there are other ways you are going to have to scale with Google to start reaching new audiences, new demographics, new interests, new pain points your customers might be experiencing. And a great way to showcase this is with this campaign here. This is like the longest serving Performance Max campaign in this account. I've been running it for 4 years, I believe. I showed this campaign in more detail in my last video. But again, people often just run feed-only Performance Max campaigns, which is basically a standard shopping campaign anyway. But to scale Performance Max campaigns, for example, instead of just increasing the budget, you can start by adding in new asset groups targeting new demographics. So a great example with this product here, I know you can't see it, is, yes, we have a feed only asset group here, but we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other asset groups that are all targeting different areas and customer avatars, and essentially are addressing different problems people are experiencing. And the reason this is a good way to structure it is because when you're making these asset groups and adding your headlines and your descriptions and text and images to these asset groups, you can tailor that towards the problem or demographic that you are trying to target within the asset group. You know, if you've just got one asset group for a product that has multiple purposes, for example, a nice office chair, if you've just got one asset group for this office chair that's very generic, you are going to be completely missing audiences and customers that are perhaps searching for office chair for back pain or office chair for tall people. You know, already there's two asset groups that you can use. You get the idea. You're not going to be able to target and tailor the content within the asset group to absolutely everyone. So separating these into separate asset groups is going to allow Google to explore further and show more relevant ads to people that are searching for your product in a variety of ways. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that gives you a better insight on how you can develop your performance max campaigns over time. Don't get me wrong, I didn't just start this campaign here and suddenly add all 5 of these asset groups in. I slowly added these in over time. You can see I've got one that's actually turned off. This is a Black Friday exclusive asset group. So for example, in this asset group, all the imagery is Christmas themed, it's gift themed, and all the copy and the text within this asset group for Black Friday is obviously leaning towards the sales we're running, the offers we're running, and those images, those Christmas themed images, you're not going to find in any of the other asset groups because they're addressing completely different problems and targeting completely different areas and solutions within the market. So I hope you found this video useful, and hopefully you can take some things away to test in your Google Ad account. Like I mentioned earlier on, if you need one-on-one help, I will leave the link to book a free call with me in the description. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.